Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all folks in between. Welcome to Aunt Millicent's Cooking Show. Welcome back to the show, and thanks for joining me. Today on the show, we're going to be making some really quick pizza snacks. Now, I'm sure you've probably had one of those nights where you don't feel like ordering out, and you sure as heck don't feel like making a big old mess of dough, or you sure are tired of frozen pizzas. So today, we're going to show you a quick trick to make some pizzas that taste really good. They're really fast. And the greatest thing of all is you can customize them to your heart's desire. So you can have a pizza and your partner can have a pizza and anybody else in the household can have their own pizza. Okay. So without further ado, let's apron up. Let's get started. So you may be asking, how are we going to make this so easy? Well, we're going to use a shortcut for the dough. And the shortcut is these guys. These are soft taco flour tortillas. Now, some of you purists out there may be saying you're using Mexican food to make Italian food. Okay, well, this is flour and the pizza dough is also flour. It's just a quick way to get yourself a nice quick crust, okay? And I'm going to dress it up a little bit, and I promise you by the time you're done with it, it's going to taste just perfect, okay? So we're going to get yourself some flour tortillas. You can get the really small ones like the street taco ones or these larger ones, okay? Whichever your favorite size is, okay? Next thing is going to be pesto. The pesto is the green stuff. You can usually find it near the pizza aisle in your store, and it's a green Italian ingredient. It's usually, believe it or not, it's olive oil and Parmesan and some spices like just salt and pepper and things, and probably oregano. So if you can't find pesto, just get yourself those things and combine them together, and it will simulate the real pesto jar. This is pre-made, so you don't have to fiddle around with all that. Okay, so a jar of pesto. Then in that same aisle, you're going to find some pizza sauce. Okay, there's all kinds of brands. You can get the store brand or whatever fancy brand you want. There's not a whole lot of difference in it. Okay, and you'll just need a little bit for each one because these aren't that big. Okay, and then the next thing is kind of whatever you want. Everybody has a different pizza style that they enjoy. The traditional, of course, is some sort of Italian meat. I've got little Hormel pepperonis, and they're going to go on mine later tonight or today. And then other ingredients that are traditional are mozzarella cheese. Okay, I like to buy it in a block. You don't have to. You can buy the stuff in a pack. It's fine. This seems a little fresher sometimes, and it's a lot more. You have to grate it, but it makes a nice sort of little effect, in my opinion. Sometimes the stuff in the little bag, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of plasticky. I can't describe it. But a block of mozzarella is always a little better. Okay, and then another thing I like to put on top sometimes is a dollop of ricotta. And the ricotta gives it a little bit of texture. And you can just put a dollop on there when you're done with your whole pizza and call it a day. Now, other things you can put on, I don't have my oregano out, but you need to put maybe a little bit of oregano on it to give it some authenticity. That'll make it taste real nice. And your ingredients beyond that, you don't even have to put the pepperoni or anything. You can put chicken, you can put, Italian sausage, you can skip the meats entirely and do vegetables. I recommend that you pre-cook anything you put on it because you're not going to cook it very long in the oven. So if you want mushrooms, either get canned mushrooms or get yourself some mushrooms and cook them in butter and then put them on. You can also cut up a green pepper and onion. Those make fantastic additions. And pre-cook them in oil or in butter and then put those on top. Okay, you can do that too if you just want vegetable. Okay, and you can also add pineapple. I'll look the other way. It's fine. I won't say a word. Okay, so if you're into that, that's cool. Okay, and you can probably think of 100 different ingredients for what your favorite pizza is. So make them as you like. I want to show you how it's done. It's really easy. Okay, so let's get started. So the first step in making your quick pizza is to lay out your tortilla on a oven pan and grab your pesto, and you're just going to spoon a little layer on top of it and spread it out. Okay. Again, if you don't have pesto, you can't find pesto in your store, all you got to do is grab yourself some olive oil and some Parmesan cheese and maybe a little bit of oregano and maybe a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, there's probably other things in it, but when you mix all that up, your mouth will not know the difference. Okay, Ladies and gentlemen, that is the first step, okay? But this guy has to go in the oven for about 5 minutes. And you need to cook it at about 400 degrees. And don't overcook it because this thing can get very hot. And it'll be a nice, I promise you, in just a few minutes, a nice little crust, okay? So in we go into the oven, okay? Here we go. Okay, y'all, we're back. The pesto is cooked on top of the tortilla. Now you get to be the pizza artist. So I'm just going to make one that more of a traditional one, and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, and you can just follow along. So I'm going to go ahead and put my pizza sauce on here, and just spread it out all over right on top of the pesto. Okay, and you can make it as thick or as thin as you like. Okay. Then at this point, you can start adding your toppings. So if you want to add your vegetables or what have you, or your meats, this is the time to do it. So I've got my little pepperonis on here. I'm going to spread them out. Next thing we have to do is add our cheese layer, and I've shredded some mozzarella over here. So you just cover it up. And if you want to buy the bag of mozzarella, it's perfectly fine. But I like to get a block and shred it. Also, a quick tip if you're having trouble, sometimes the mozzarella can be real milky when you shred it and it kind of disintegrates. So put it in the freezer for a little bit beforehand, and you'll have a lot better luck shredding it. Okay, this particular mozzarella here is nice and cheesy, and solid, which is always good, right? Y'all know how I feel about cheese. So there you go. So it's nice and covered now. Okay, and then finally, for a little bit of that Italian smell and flavor, let's cover it with a little bit of oregano. Okay, you don't want to drown it. You just want to give it a little bit of help. Okay, that, folks, is a pizza. I want to go ahead and cook it. Now you're going to cook. We cooked the pesto level for 5 minutes at 400. This one's also going to go 5 minutes at 400. Okay, so to the oven, the pizza goes. Here we go. Okay, y'all, the pizza's out of the oven. As you can see, it firms up. It really holds a shape, so it's not a floppy tortilla anymore. That first little 5 minutes of broiling or of cooking has solidified it, and so you can eat this as you can slice it up if you like, eat it with a fork, or you can roll it up and eat it like a taco. So there you go. I do encourage you to eat this with friends, decorate and share ingredients on all your favorite pizza ingredients. You can make it literally anything you want. Anybody in your household can have their own custom pizza, and they are relatively inexpensive. And if you finish one and you're hungry, make another one. Why not, right? So what I'm going to do is head to the dining room, and we're going to try this out. Okay, y'all, we made it to the dining room, and it's time to try our little easy pizzas. It tastes like pizza. The pesto really is kind of the secret ingredient. So, if you put that in there on top of the tortilla, it'll soften it up. It'll give it that nice Italian flavor. Okay. You may have noticed I wore a dress that looks like a tablecloth. That was kind of intentional and kind of not. So I promise you, this is a dress, not a tablecloth from your favorite Italian restaurant. I even have a matching napkin to go with my dress. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for all of your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. And please tell a friend, tell them to subscribe, tell them to watch the show. And I hope you enjoy the recipe. It's so easy. It makes a quick meal. I use it in my household a lot. Just if it's something that's quick and easy, and you need something that'll fill you up, and something that's tasty, and something that you'll enjoy. So I'm glad. I'm very happy you joined me again. And with that, I will sign off with a hearty, healthy clink. Bon appetit.